Good afternoon, Tesla owners. Welcome to another DIY tutorial presented to you by TESPLUS. Today's tutorial video, we are going to install TESPLUS's Yoke steering wheel. Here we have the product that you purchased, and I'm going to show you guys how to have a successful installation. In order to do that, there will be some tools that will be required for the installation. The first few things that you're going to need a 3mm Allen wrench here to actually get the airbag off. Now, if you have the opportunity to actually buy a specific tool to pivot into the airbag and to unclip it, by all means, that is the one to use. But in the meantime, a 3mm Allen is going to work perfectly fine. You're also going to need a breaker bar with extended length reach here. You're going to need an assortment of Torx bits. You'll need a 10mm Allen, some ratchets. You're going to have a couple of picks here that you would like to use as well. And of course, you're going to finish it up with a torque wrench. Something also that's going to help is you want to have some alligator needle nose pliers. Now, before you install this wheel, I do want to go ahead and point out one very important caveat. These are all original Tesla Yoke steering wheels. However, some of the modules in here that will control these little items here actually are defective right from Tesla. So what I would recommend that you do, and I am going to go down this route in this tutorial, you want to swap out your OEM ones and replace them into the Yoke. You don't want to risk installing this, finding out that these might be defective from factory, and then you end up having to replace them from your original over here. So again, that is the route I'm going to show you guys to have a successful installation. So without further ado, let's get started on this install Yoke project. The very first thing that you're going to do here is to take that tool, insert it into the little hole on the left side of the airbag, go ahead and find that little release clip and push in. You will see that the airbag will disengage just like that there. Go ahead and do the same thing with the right side and push that clip until that right side of the airbag releases as well. With the airbag removed, we're going to go ahead and take a few minutes here to remove two of the harnesses that are connected to the vehicle. You're going to go ahead and take your alligator pliers and put them to use at this time. Here with the clip, you'll see the two little slots that you want to stick it, and what it does is it releases that clip. Go ahead and do the same thing for this black one with the alligator pliers. With the airbag fully removed, we're going to go ahead and remove the center bolt. That is going to be a 10mm hex bolt. Using an impact gun, I essentially just impact the bolt right off cleanly. Now it is safe to pull your steering wheel off the mount. Now it's time to swap out controllers from your OEM to the new Yoke wheel. On the Yoke steering wheel, go ahead and remove 4 T25 bolts that will hold the trim onto the yoke wheel itself. Now it is time to remove the trim off of the yoke steering wheel. Gently grab the trim and slowly pull it off of each section of the yoke trim area. With the trim off of the yoke steering wheel, we're going to turn it around and you can see the areas that go into the wheel itself. It's just these plastic rivets that goes right into these holes that you see. This connection here is going to be for your heated steering wheel, so just leave it as is, as we'll connect it later. Now we're going to work on removing the trim and module off of the original steering wheel. These 3 holes you see will be locks for your airbag. You'll turn it over and you'll see little clips that you want to push in right there and there. And what it does is it unlocks it so that you can pull them off of the steering wheel. Now that we have the locks off of the steering wheel, we can go ahead and remove the 4 bolts that secure the trim to the wheel. Removal of the trim is going to be identical like the yoke, so take your time and be careful. With the trim loosely removed, we're going to go ahead and work on disconnecting the heating wire from the module so that we could take everything and install it over to the yoke. And there is the module that controls your steering wheel heat. To disconnect this blue clip, simply put your pick in between and push up. Now that we have both trims removed, we just lay them next to each other and get ready to swap over the OEM trim onto the yoke steering wheel. With the trim, we're going to go ahead and connect the wires from there over to the heated portion of the yoke steering wheel. With the OEM trim installed onto the yoke, I will recap on how to do it. There are grooves that you see right there, and all you're going to do is just push the trim into each groove, go around each side, and go ahead and push those clips into the grooves of the yoke steering wheel. Make sure that blue connection is neatly pushed back in to its area where it was mounted. You'll take the time now to reinstall those 4 bolts that you removed to begin with. Once that's complete, you're going to go ahead and snap back the airbag locks into their place. To install the new wheel, go ahead and make sure it lines up to that mark, and you're going to go ahead and simply line it up, shimmy it back in just like such. Make sure that your steering wheel is fully seated back. Grab your bolt, and now we're going to go ahead and start bolting it back to the wheel hub. Next, grab your torque wrench, position the wheel and use your legs as a brace. Go ahead and torque your wheel to 59 foot-pounds of torque. With the wheel properly torqued on, we're going to go ahead and install the airbag as well as the clips. I went ahead and pushed that black clip in first. What I do next is make sure that all my controls on the wheel itself will work with the car. With everything tested to be working, now we will install the airbag. Go ahead and take that yellow clip and push it in, And from there, you're going to line the airbag and simply push in one side at a time until you hear everything click, and you are done at this point. Just make sure everything is secure. With the project complete, I hope that you guys found the tutorial useful and easy to follow along. For future videos on tutorials, if you guys have any recommendations, definitely let us know. We can change things to make it easier for you to follow. Or if it's something that you cannot handle yourself, make sure to reach out directly to TESPLUS. They will go ahead and get you set up with an installation appointment. So until the very next tutorial video, take care, my friends.